Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're looking back on our Tuesday evening league racing for the GTMC Season 4. This is Lobby 2 for Round 8 at Sardinia. I think it's Road Track A, but I'll double check that one for you in 2 ticks. So what is the GTMC? It's VRC's only multi-category racing series using the Group 3 and Group 4 cars across 10 rounds, but we're already at round 8. The drivers' teams will select a manufacturer to represent during the championship. It's a free choice of manufacturer and will be first come and first served. Only 2 cars per manufacturer are permitted. Drivers will then use both the Group 3 and Group 4 cars. The format is they'll use the Group 4 cars of a chosen manufacturer first in a 10-minute qualifier and then go on to a 15-minute sprint race using the super soft tyres. Then they will jump into the Group 3 car of their manufacturer and race in an endurance event for 40 minutes. They've got the free choice of super soft, softs and medium racing tyres, but they must use at least 2 compounds. I think that's everything. The grid for the endurance race is based on the results of the sprint race and a random draw, where the grid will be reversed. But we'll get to that when we get to that. First of all, hello everyone, how are you? I said that. Oh, has Zien in the chat saying good morning. Right, I am going to get to the tables, so just a little bit more of your time, because the Lobby 2 table is unbelievable and it's crazy stuff. So, leading the championship so far after round 7, or after 7 rounds, is Skyjacker with 286 points. In second spot is Shadow Rider on 273 points. Bunny is third on 270 points, with Cymex in fourth on 261 points, and Jim in fifth on 252 points, and Joker's in sixth on 226 points. All of these guys with 3 rounds still to go. I mean, I'd say Joker's and Jim are probably, well, Jim's not even that far away on 252 points, so there's going to be drop scores as well. 2 rounds of their lowest scores getting dropped, so this championship is anyone's. It is absolutely wide open. Pat in 7th, well, Joker's, I said, was 6th with 226 points. Pat 7th on 221 points. He's only 5 points behind Pat. Pat is only 5 points behind Joker, so it's all to play for there. Rivixter in 8th on 158 points. Geordie in 9th on 138 points. Flashman in 10th on 99 points. Jam in 11th on 69 points. And Dutch in 12th on 24 points. Right, we'll go over to the manufacturers, and then I promise you I'll show you the grid, and then we'll see some racing. Thank you for your patience. So Porsche are at the top of the manufacturers with 303 points. Toyota in second on 286 points. McLaren in third on 270 points. Ferrari fourth on 263 points. Dodge in fifth on 261 points. So it's a very close fight there for McLaren, Ferrari and Dodge. Even Toyota. It's all close. What am I saying? So Jaguar in 6th on 231 points. Ford in 7th on 221 points. Mercedes in 8th on 158 points. And Hyundai in 9th on 139 points. Bunny in the chat saying good morning to you all. Right then, let's have a look at your grid, and then we can get underway. Oh, we were looking at some pretty mountains, weren't we? That's very nice. So let's make our way over to those guys here. Ooh, let me straighten this up a bit, make it look a bit more professional. So on pole we have Cymex in his Dodge Viper, and in second we have a Jokus in his Jaguar. So we have a Polish front row here in Lobby 2. Brilliant stuff there. Skyjacker in his Toyota in third place. and Bunny in 4th in his McLaren. Pat sitting 5th in his Ford Mustang, with Jim 6th in the Ferrari. 7th goes to Rivixter in his Mercedes. These are all the Group 4 cars, remember, they qualified in, ready for the Group 4 sprint race. And there is Flashman in 8th in the Porsche. So they are your riders, your contenders for this evening, and let us see how they do. So looking at Cymex on the grid, we'll get it underway as they wait for the lights. My word, someone's got a loud engine. I reckon it's that Toyota noisy thing. Pat in the chat saying hello, good morning. And here we go, we're ready. Cymex on pole against Jokers. The lights are green and they are go, go, go. Someone having a Pat having an absolute blinding start there. And so is Jokers. Jokers up into the lead of this race. Cymex into 2nd, Bunny up into 3rd as well. Bunny on the move. And Pat in 4th. We've lost Skyjacker somewhat. He was in 3rd, but that Toyota not starting great. He's down there with Flashman and... no, he's just moved up alongside Jim in the Ferrari. They're battling it out side by side. Joker's leading the way from Bunny, who's got Pat hot on his tail there in the Ford Mustang. The Ford Mustang getting some good running here with Cymex there in the Dodge. The pole sitter down into 4th, and he's getting dogged by Skyjacker now. The Skyjacker looking for a way past that Dodge Viper, and Jim's just sitting a little bit behind Skyjacker with Rivixter very close behind him. And Flashman's dropped a little bit back from these guys. So Jokers, look at him, he's having some fine form in the GTMC Season 4 this season. And he's continuing that on now in the Jaguar with Bunny there in 2nd. But Bunny's under threat from the Mustang of Pat. He's having a look. We're sat on board with Pat in 3rd place now as he's trying to get around the tight corner there. And the McLaren just looks a little nimbler through the corners than the Mustang. It seems there's Cymex just ahead of Skyjacker. Jim dropping back from these guys now. He's got to worry about the Mercedes. The Mercedes very close behind Jim in the Ferrari. And Flashman's caught them guys up. We saw it drop back. And now he's right on their tail. Oh, yellow flags, yellow flags. It means we've had a spinner. Who is it? It's Pat. Pat's dropped down into 5th place. Oh, and he's got some damage on the rear bumper there. Oh, it looks like he braked a bit late and avoided Bunny, or Bunny braked early. We saw Bunny just kicking up a bit of dust there. Pat chasing down, and yeah, it looks like he's just got caught out with the brakes of that McLaren, and he's spun that Ford straight into the barrier, and he's dropped down into 5th place behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker moving up into 4th, with Cymex moving up into where he's not quite falling behind Skyjacker yet. He's alongside him, but like he's got that damage on the back diffuser there, which will be losing some downforce. Joker's leading the way still from Bunny, with Cymex now in 3rd, Skyjacker in 4th, Pat down into 5th place, still carrying that damage as Jim is catching up with him. It's gone now, the damage has gone on Pat's car, and Jim is sat right underneath his spoiler now. Flashman, he's having a ding-dong with Rivixter at the moment. They're side by side. Rivixter's just moved back up into 7th place, reclaiming his position back there. It looks like Jim having a look at the Mustang, but the Mustang too large to be able to disrupt. There is Joker still leading from Bunny. Cymex there holding off Skyjacker. Skyjacker the championship leader, no shadow rider. So this is open. Bunny, Skyjacker, Cymex. Who wants a championship, boys? It's there to grab. And it looks like Skyjacker trying to make a move up the inside of the Dodge Viper, and he does it as he kept it under control, and he has. But Cymex there getting a better drive out of that corner now. He's all over the back of the Toyota. The meaty, beefy Dodge Viper. And oh no, looks like Skyjacker's gone a little bit wide there, and Cymex then taking that place with ease. Thank you very much, he says, but Skyjacker trying to come back around the outside, but he's asking the Toyota to do a lot in that situation. Pat looks like he's under fire from Jim. Looks like there was a little thing going on there as they came around the corner. So Jim still behind Pat as they're coming up to the corner. Pat's out, hitting the barrier. He's on the track. Jim's looking like he's coming up the inside, and he's late brakes as well, it looks like. Oh my words. A proper ding-dong there between Pat and Jim, with Rivixter and Flashman still at it in the background. Oh, and Jim's going for another move. Oh no, maybe Pat lifted, maybe Pat felt responsible for what happened to Jim in that corner, but he's lifted a little bit too much, and now Rivixter's gained from it. So poor Pat, he was trying to do Jim a big one, and he's lost another position to Rivixter as well, but he's coming back out the Mercedes. Oh, he's wiggling under brakes, trying to slow that Mustang down. Oh no, Bunny is now in the lead. Only just, they're side by side. Let's nip it back. Oh no, he is in the lead. Hang on, I'm going to have to go back quite fast. Sorry guys. I think we've gone back about 40-50 seconds. Oh, Joker's there scraping the barrier, and that could be the reason how Bunny got the lead of this race on lap 2. Joker's trying to get the Jaguar under control. Cymex there in third, still with Skyjacker in close contact, and there we see that incident with Jim and Pat. So Bunny leading the race. He's trying to move over to stop Joker's getting a tow. He wants the tow though. Joker's there getting a lovely tow of that straight as they come to the very tight first corner. It's heavy braking. Bunny's in on the apex. Joker's right on his tail. Cymex is in the same position with Skyjacker right on his tail. Skyjacker having a look whilst Joker's has moved out. He's going for the outside line around Bunny. Bunny being defensive. Is it going to cost him speed in the corners though? Joker's managing to get a better line, but it looks like Cymex is starting to get involved now that Joker's getting slowed up by the McLaren. Cracking racing with Cymex there in third, with Skyjacker in fourth. Back in the distance you can see Jim ahead of Rivixter and Pat in 7th place, and Flashman looks like he's just had a bit of an issue. But meanwhile Bunny is just ahead of Jokers, who's just ahead of the Dodge of Cymex, who is just ahead of the Toyota of Skyjacker. These are the four that are fighting for this championship. It's all open. There's Bunny now. He's got the inside line. Joker's looking around. Oh, and there comes Cymex from nowhere. And Skyjacker gains the most. Skyjacker gains from it. Looked like Cymex was a little bit late on the brakes. We'll have another look. I apologise to Cymex. But yeah, it looks like maybe he got caught out on those brakes a little bit. He goes flying in. There's two cars in the way and he aims for the middle. Meanwhile, Skyjacker just slips up the inside, and Cymex now down into 4th. Bunny leading still, and Joker's losing a position to a Skyjacker in that malaise. Cymex down into 4th place with Jim in 5th. He's dropped away from that little pack, but he's leading from Rivixter, Pat, and Flashman. We saw having a bit of an issue earlier. There we go, Bunny on the move. Bunny set third in the championship on 270 points, only 16 points behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker there in 2nd place. Joker sitting in 3rd, who's 6th in the championship on 226 points, and he's coming back at the Toyota. He's going to get the inside line. The grunt, oh no he's not, sorry. The grunt of that Jaguar just driving past the Toyota there on the straight. Oh no, and he's had an off. Jokers has had an off. He's been into the kitty litter. Oh my, he's taken his Jaguar into the kitty litter to do a doo-doo. And now he's got the Ferrari, the Stallion, heading his way. Bunny leading from Skyjacker. Skyjacker, he can't shake off that Cymex though. Cymex getting purples as they're travelling around on lap 4. 6.5 minutes in this 15-minute sprint race, and it seems to be anyone's. Bunny seems to get it all tied up, but he hasn't got the pace, and now it looks like Cymex is going to make a move on the Toyota. The Toyota losing a little bit at this point in the race. Maybe it's tyres. But that's the second car we've seen just drive past the Toyota in a straight line. Ooh, looked like the Toyota struggling under braking there with the Dodge in front. Bunny leading the way. With Simex now up in second, Skyjacker in third. Simex is fourth in the championship on 261 points. Only 25 points behind Skyjacker. So like I said, it's everyone's game in this Lobby 2's championship at the moment. Jim up into fourth. Jokers is dropping. Jokers, oh, he's really battered his car. We saw he was in the kitty litter, but it looks like bang, yeah, that'll do it, Jokers. That definitely will do it. That'll put a dampener on your race. He got a proper tank slapper coming up over the hill, down onto the brakes. Oh, it was the dirt. He just got that back wheel on the dirt and boom. Boom, boom, shake, shake the room. Joker's finding damage there at the front, the side and the middle of his car. And he's dropped down into 7th spot. Flashman, he's still got a little bit of way to go before he catches up Jokers, but Jokers carrying quite heavy damage in that car at the moment. Bunny, he's extended his lead, he's just got the fastest lap, or has he? No, because Simex just got it with a 49.9 and Skyjacker a 51.6. I think that Toyota is ailing with tyres or something. He just doesn't have the pace of the two in front of him at the moment. Bunny with a 50.5, sorry. A 49.9 for Simex and Skyjacker a 51.6. Jim flying around with a 51.8. Pat up into 5th now. Rivixter in 6th. Jokers down into 7th. And Flashman there in 8th place. 53.6 the last time around from Flashman. So he's finding some pace in that Porsche. Meanwhile, Bunny doing all he needs to do to take the win, to help him get a little bit closer to Skyjacker in the championship. Simex being between the two of them couldn't have worked out any better for Bunny. Skyjacker getting a podium, doing enough, just enough for what he has to do to win the championship. Not going to do anything silly and throw anything away. He's going to keep it chilled. Just get those points. Heidi ho, says Skyjacker in the chat. Just talking about you, bud. Just saying how you've got your sensible head on. You're not going to throw anything away. 3rd place is fine. Got the championship lead. And that's all that matters. Bunny leading from Simex. Simex, I reckon, is closing in on Bunny at this point in the race. Crosses the line of 50.0 for Simex. Bunny doing a 50.2, so 2/10 slower than Simex at this point. Skyjacker at 50.5. Matt Psycho in the chat saying poor Jokers. Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm good for him. 4th there for Jim. 51.2. Pat then in 5th. Rivixter. Rivixter, he's not that far ahead of Jokers. Jokers now, no damage on the car, so he is ready to go. He was barely a wheel on the dirt as well. It really gave him a tank slapper for no reason. That Jaguar, but we've seen Daz, he struggles with the Jaguar. The Jaguar must be a real handful. I've not ever driven it, I don't think. I don't believe I've driven it. But Jokers trying to keep his head down and crack on. Catch up with the Mercedes to get another position in this race. Bunny, it's looking less and less space between him and the Dodge. Oh, the Dodge is getting definitely quicker. It's definitely getting closer. The tyres on the McLaren looking a little better at this point in the race than the Dodge. Skyjacker at 50, we saw a 50.5, but even he looks a little closer now to the Dodge Viper. Jim in 4th. He's having a bit of a lonely race today. He's doing some good lap times, 51.2 last time around. Pat chasing him down, he's only doing 52.5s at the moment in that Mustang. Ooh, he's keeping it on the road though. Beautiful stuff. There's Rivixter. He's going out even wider. Jokers, he's staying way off that grass. He's learned his lesson. He's staying well away from the green stuff. Here's Jokers. right now, and Flashman there is in 8th spot. Not too far behind these guys. Any more incidents and Flashman's going to be in there. There is Bunny. And there's Cymex. The last time around was only a 10th slower was Bunny, but Cymex does seem to be looking like he's closer. Skyjacker a 50.8. So you top 3. Oh no 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 no! Oh no, and he's got damage around the back. Jim can see him. Jim can see him. He's coming around that corner. Skyjacker's getting moving again, and here comes Jim. Jim is all up in that business there, and Skyjacker carrying some rear diffuser issues for at least a few corners. And Matt Psycho in the chat saying the quick uphill left-hander is and Skyjacker still the damage is now gone, but the damage is done because Jim can smell the exhaust fumes from that Toyota, and he is now pushing. Ooh baby baby, baby baby, ooh baby baby. Push it. Oh, push it real good. So Bunny leading the way from Cymex. Skyjacker losing a little bit of distance there to Cymex, and now he's got to defend his podium position from Jim in the Ferrari. Jim would love to get on the podium today, and it's all been going his way. Cars have just been falling off the road in front of him, and he's saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Pat in 5th place after his one small iffy bit when he was hit the barrier. I think it was a while ago now. He's had a cracking race, lovely and consistent. Rivixter is holding that 6th spot ahead of Jokers. Jokers going across the line with a 52.1. Rivixter doing a 53.0. So Jokers should catch him up with 13.5 minutes into this sprint race. Bunny is looking even I don't know, maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same distance between them. It just, every time I come back it looks closer. A 50.3 from Bunny last time around. Cymex doing a 50.5, so Cymex is slower than Bunny at the moment. And we saw Cymex just nudging the barrier. That's not going to help. Skyjacker, he's kept it all under control. There's Jim, he's having a little nudge of the barrier. He's pushing, sees the back of that Toyota, and he wants to add some pressure on. Pat in 5th place. Pat, his fastest lap last time around, a 51.141. This is the battle on track though. Jim versus Skyjacker. Looks like Skyjacker slowly eking away in that Toyota. And Cymex, he's falling away from Bunny. We're less than 20 seconds of racing. So it looks like Bunny might get across the line. I don't know. 15 seconds. He's going around the dog leg. He's coming up towards the line with 10 seconds to go. So Bunny having to do another lap, and so probably will Cymex. Cymex has got loads more fuel than Bunny has. Skyjacker will be the first finisher as he crosses the line in 3rd spot. Take a boo, my son. Jim in 4th, very close. Pat in 5th, a great race in the end. Jokers, oh, Jokers got Rivixter. Rivixter's really fallen out of it. And there goes Jokers, crossing the line in 6th place. Oh, Jokers, the win was on today, I think. 7th for Flashman, great stuff there. Rivixter, oh, I don't know what happened to Rivixter. He was on this last lap as well, because all his other lap times have looked fine. Crosses the line to finish in 8th spot. And there is a Bunny and Cymex. Is Bunny having to start lifting? I don't suppose. There should be enough fuel there for the final lap, I imagine. They're only halfway around though. Cymex, I suppose, could drive up to the back of that McLaren. Driving up to the back of the McLaren is one thing. He's got to try and get past the bugger, and that might find to be quite difficult. So Bunny leading the sprint race. Only just though, Cymex is making a real go of it near the end here. We've still got one tight corner and a dog leg to go. They're both kicking the dust up, both playing the odds. And there we go, round the final tight corner, one dog leg to go, and this is Bunny's win. Another step towards Skyjacker in the championship. Wowee, this championship's going to be tight. Cracking stuff. So here he comes, Bunny, to take... Ooh. Has he got it yet? There you go, he's got it there. Ha ha ha, paused it in time. Slurp of my coffee. What a cracking little race. And there is your winner, Bunny. Congratulations. And that will be his 4th win this season. So he's racking them up, especially in this second half of the season. He's really got used to that McLaren, and he's doing some wonderful things in there. Simex getting a 2nd spot on the podium. He loves the podium, does Simex. He's been on it a whole lot this season. No wins yet for Simex. It's on the cards though. He's had, hang on, 9 podiums and no wins. In the chat, Matt Psycho says, "Oh, well done, Bunny." And Bunny saying, "Thanks, mate. Fuel was down to the wire on that one. It did look scary, I must say. I was worried for you." Skyjacker there. He got it. He got that 3rd in the end, but man alive, he made hard work of it. He made my heart palpitate near the end there when he started spinning around. But it isn't a race with Skyjacker if he doesn't have at least one spin in it, and hopefully that's his spins done and it's all out of his system. We'll be going through to the feature race because he needs a win. With Bunny winning like he is at the moment, Simex also scoring better. Jim, a fine 4th place. He's like Moses. The sea opened up for him. The cars just kept falling off the track ahead of him, and all he had to do is keep his head down and keep a nice tidy pace, and that's what he did, and he almost got a podium for his troubles. So Jim in 4th. Pat, oh gosh, even worse. Give me a shot. Oh yeah, we'll have to go chase. Pat in 5th place. It's a good haul of points that is for Pat, with his battle with, who's he fighting in the championship? Jokers, I think. Pat. Yeah, Jokers is on 226 points. Pat's on 221 points. So Pat in this round, pulling himself ever closer or even on par with Jokers. Jokers finishing in 6th, or maybe not on par, because I thought Jokers finished behind Rivixter, but Rivixter had that issue on the last lap. Jokers getting 6th place. Sorry, I'll go to him. Oof, I'll go back to the fancy camera. 7th for Flashman. Great race for Flashman in the end. Where are you, Flashman? Down there. 7th, equaling his best result so far. And Rivixter finishing in 8th. Oh, Rivixter, a couple of positions you could have had there. I don't know what happened. We missed it. It was off camera. But it's a shame. So, yeah, we'll let Simex cross the line. And then we'll move on to the feature race. Ah, there you go, Simex. Well done. Bunny saying I could do with Skyjacker having a few more spins. Oh, sorry, getting carried away. Let's have it. So this is the 40-minute feature race. 3 tyre compounds available. 2 have to be used. We've been seeing in lobby 1, they've been varying their pit stops. Some have been, the 1 stop looks stronger in lobby 1 to in here at Sardinia. I think all top 3 were 1 stoppers in lobby 1. So we'll see what these guys plan to do. During the break, the little wheels spun around and picked number 4. So the results are reversed from 4th. That puts Jim on pole, ahead of Skyjacker. Cymex in 3rd, Bunny in 4th as the winner of the sprint, and then everyone finishes where placed where they finished. Pat in 5th, Joker 6th, Flashman 7th, Rivixter in 8th. It's a rolling start, so we're watching Jim pulling away. Oh, lovely shot there of the Ferrari, or the front end of the Ferrari. Come on, cameraman, centre it up. And he's floored it. They're off. They're on their way. Here we go. 40 minutes of lovely racing around Sardinia. Road track A. And Cymex there, wanted to make early hay there, and Toyota. Skyjacker's Toyota. No. Skyjacker, early days. Oh my word, he's off already. And he's down into 7th spot. Flashman not having a great start either. Flashman quite far back. So Jim leading from Cymex. Bunny up into 3rd. Pat 4th, trying to fight off Jokers. Jokers is rubbing the barrier, and Jokers now having issues. Oh my word, what's going on out there? Skyjacker moving back up into 5th place. Flashman moving into 6th. We've lost Rivixter as well. Rivixter having some issues, and Joker's still trying to get that Jaguar pointing the right way. There he goes, lighting that bad boy up in the background. Jokers, my word, it's not your day today. Jim cracking on with Cymex in 2nd spot. Bunny right on the back there with Pat right on the back of him. Oh my word, now Cymex is gone. It looked like, to me, I don't know, it looked like Pat giving Bunny a nudge that give Cymex a nudge. But no, maybe Pat wasn't knowing there. Maybe Bunny, that was just... See that jolt there, but I don't think that was anything. The crash had already happened, so I take it back, Pat. I don't think you may not have touched Bunny, but yes, Bunny up in 2nd. He's not redressed, so maybe he doesn't think it's his fault. Cymex carrying on in 4th place, just ahead of Skyjacker. Jim, meanwhile, he's leading. He's leading, and he's got himself a fair few car lengths lead as he goes. So Bunny in 2nd spot with Pat there, 3rd place in the Mustang, doing a fantastic job. Cymex under threat now from Skyjacker. Well, of course Bunny didn't redress, because it looked like Cymex was already spinning, wasn't it, when Bunny come across him, I think. And there you go. Skyjacker back up into 4th ahead of the Dodge. And Cymex fighting back against the Toyota. He's up alongside, pure grunt, but no. Just gets out of it on the brakes. Let's get on board with the Dodge right now. Oh, and is he going to blast past the Toyota like we saw with the Group 4s? It's around the outside for this very tight corner. Oh, and he's trying to hang it out there, but he just can't. He's dipped in behind the Toyota again. And we've got Rivixter up into 6th behind us. Oh, he's just sliding a little bit there in his Dodge. Jim still leading from Bunny. Pat in 3rd. There is Skyjacker in 4th. We're sat on board with Cymex. Pat in the chat saying, might have been a little assistance in that. Didn't realise how much until I watched the replay after. Also, Pat may have given Bunny a little bump. We're not sure. It's okay. No, I don't think it was reported anyway, so... Oh, Skyjacker, he's gone over wide, he's hit the barrier, and that is all Cymex needs. Cymex up into 4th place. Is he, though? Because Skyjacker's still maintaining that inside line, and no, Skyjacker. No, Cymex. Cymex now got the inside line in that Dodge. This is mental stuff. The 2 cars side by side. Cymex dropping behind the Toyota now to try and get a tow before that first corner. Pat in 3rd, Bunny in 2nd, Jim in 1st place. Rivixter in 6th, Joker's there in 7th. Here comes Cymex. He's trying to get up the inside of that Toyota, but there is no inside to get up. Skyjacker is closing all the doors. Call him the doorman. He's the bouncer. Skyjacker's the bouncer. He slams them doors shut. There he goes. Oh, that's where he had his issue last time in the Toyota, but this time he defies gravity and turns it in the middle of the corners. And that Cymex all over the back of that Toyota. I want to have a quick look how the rest of the field are doing. I don't want to miss a single thing. And they're very close. It's hard to sort of pull away. There he goes. Cymex trying to make the move now, but he's going to be on the outside again. Side by side, this is beautiful. And there goes Skyjacker with that inside line. And off he goes. Let's have a quick look. So Jim there, he's got himself a fair bit of space ahead of Bunny. Did a 43.0 his last time around. Bunny there, it did a 42.8, so he's 2/10 faster than the Ferrari that last lap. Pat in third with a 43.0, also extraordinary pace up the front there. Skyjacker in fourth, just ahead of Cymex. It did a 43.9 with Cymex doing a 44.1. Rivixter just ahead of Jokers, a 43.6 from Rivixter, with Jokers getting the fastest lap of the race with a 41.666. Evil. So Jokers, the fastest man out there at the moment, and Flashman there in 8th place. Oh, he's having a look at that cobbled wall and then spinning up the rear wheels of the Porsche. And away he goes. So Jim leading from Bunny. Bunny doing all he can. A double win for Bunny would really, really put him in contention for the championship. Pat having a podium. Wow, Pat. A podium has eluded him. He's had a few fourths this season. And that podium would look rather good in his trophy cabinet. Skyjacker would have something to say about that, and also Cymex, both of them fighting furiously. Cymex getting the inside line now, and it looks like Cymex has got the high ground. Skyjacker, he's just going to have to sit, but Cymex has outbraked himself. Can Skyjacker sling it up the inside there? They're banging doors. Cymex just maintaining ahead of the Toyota. The Toyota's got it all to do yet. Remember, there's a 40-minute race, lads. Oh, Cymex has hit that wall that Skyjacker did that got him into all this trouble in the first place. And now Skyjacker, oh, he can't quite get up the side of the Dodge. Skyjacker giving it all he can against the Dodge Viper. Joker's now ahead of Rivixter. And Joker's got a great pace out there. Whee, they're all bunny hopping over the invisible cones. Rivixter in 7th, Flashman there in 8th place. And Jim, soak it in, Jim. 5 laps leading. 7 minutes into this 40-minute race. He's on the super soft tyres. He's just got over half a tank of fuel, so I don't think he's going to be one stopping today. And Bunny there, he's on the racing soft tyres, just a little bit more fuel than the Ferrari. Did a 42.8 his last time around. Jim doing a 43 dead. He's scraping the barrier a little bit. You don't want to do too much of that, Jimbo. Bunny even looks a bit closer because of that little barrier scrape. Pat there, 42.6 last time around for Pat. So he's got a great pace in that car. Skyjacker still bringing his mate Cymex along, and they'll be trying to catch up. Then top 3, Cymex again getting his braking wrong in the tight corner in that Dodge, and Skyjacker eking the Toyota away from the Viper right now. Cymex then has got Jokers. Jokers did a 43.4 that last time around, 2 seconds slower than he's gone in this race, and Rivixter on a push, catching up the Jaguar at this point. 8.5 minutes in this 40-minute race. Jim is leading in the Ferrari. He's just going to cross the line to post a 43.4. Bunny doing a 43.4 also, so nothing between the McLaren and the Ferrari at this point in the race. Pat managing a 43.0, so Pat faster than the 2 ahead of him. Pat really on a push now. He can see the back of that McLaren, and he is on it. Skyjacker in 4th. He did his fastest so far, a 42.443. There's a lot of 4s in that. pulling away from Cymex. We saw Cymex having an issue in that tight corner. Did a 44.7. Jokers 43.9. So he's losing those 41s. He was on the super softs, and they must be starting to go off a little bit now as we're coming up to the 9.5 minute mark. Rivixter hot on the tail of that Jaguar. His racing softs still very pliable, very grippy, as he hunts himself down a bit of Jaguar. I sat on board with Rivixter. As he tackles the roads of Sardinia here in his Group 3 Mercedes-Benz. Keeping a nice tidy line, you can see, as he moves around the track. Looks like Jokers is just slightly eking away though. Oh, Jokers really hitting the barriers up ahead. That'll fill us with hope. We can catch him up a little bit, but he does look like he's pulled away on this lap. So Jim still leading from Bunny. They've crossed the line again. A 42.9 from Jim and a 42.7 from Bunny. So Bunny's starting to up the pace at this point. He's got half a tank of fuel with 10 minutes to go. That does look good for a one stop. Jim just under. So these two could be one stopping. Pat also just under half a tank of fuel. He's gone his fastest to 42.373. He is definitely faster than the guys ahead of him, and he's catching them. It's looking a bit scruffy in the corners. Keep it cool, Pat. Keep it calm. Skyjacker then a 42.6 last time around from him. He looks like he's pulling up closer to the Mustang with Cymex there in 5th place. Jokers maintaining that 6th ahead of Rivixter, but Rivixter keeping him honest, being right behind him, and Flashman there seems to have lost the pack a little bit. So Jim, he's doing a cracking job. Could this be Jim's win? Jim, he sat 5th before this round, 5th in the championship, 252 points. Cymex is 4th with 261 points. Cymex is down in 5th at the moment, and he's only 9 points behind Cymex, so this is good for Jim. 4th in the first sprint race. So Jim putting himself into contention. If he can maintain that and get the win, looks like Bunny is going to be very soon having some pressure from the Mustang, because the Mustang is absolutely flying. A 43.2 last time around for Pat. Bunny managing a 44.4. Maybe he's trying to fuel conserve Bunny in that McLaren. Jokers has come in to get rid of those super soft tyres, so 2-stopper for Jokers. He's not messing around. Flashman. Rivixter's caught up Cymex. Cymex must have had a real issue. A 54. Oh, has he pitted? No, he's not pitted, so Cymex has got something totally wrong. And he's done a 154 that last time around, and now he's got Rivixter all up in his busyness. And Jim there leading the race by by nearly a mile now, because Bunny's got his hands full with Pat. And Pat's got to keep one eye in his mirror, because he's got a Skyjacker coming very quick from behind. 42.4 for Skyjacker last time around. Pat doing a 43.2 and Bunny doing a 44.4. So wow stuff. Wowzers here. We've got some racing coming up to 13.5 minutes into this race. We've only seen one pit stop so far, and that was Jokers. Pretty much came in and came back out in 7th. Oh no, he was ahead of Rivixter, wasn't he? Cymex, we've seen, has made some sort of mistake off camera. Whoa, the back end for Pat's Mustang hanging out a little bit. That's got to have helped Skyjacker in 4th. Jim staying cool, another 43.0 for Jim up in the lead of this race. 1/4 of a tank of fuel. Can he make that last to the 20-minute mark? We've just hit 14 minutes. Bunny there, he's got a little bit over a quarter. I think Bunny definitely is fuel conserving at this point in the race. There goes Cymex. Oh no, we saw Pat. No, it's all alright. I thought Pat was sideways then. Skyjacker really close behind him though, but Skyjacker's tyres, they're similar stuff. Pat on the super softs. Cymex has gone into the pit. Cymex is just stopped at the box, but it looks like, well, Jokers might get ahead of him after Jokers' pit stop. Skyjacker all over the back of Pat. Bunny, oh, you can't even see Jim in front of Bunny now. Yeah, Bunny has dropped back while he's fuel conserving. Pat also has some woes. He can see Bunny ahead. Maybe Bunny's made a mistake because no, because Pat wasn't that far behind Bunny. It's just Skyjacker's getting closer and closer to Pat. He's absolutely flying at this point in the race. We've seen Cymex and Jokers pit. Cymex has come out in 7th behind Jokers, not far behind Jokers. Jokers has gone for another set of super softs, so he'll have to stop again to at least change that compound. Cymex has also gone for super softs as he hunts himself down the Jaguar. Jim in his Ferrari absolutely lording it out there. He's showing a different class in this feature race. Bunny trying to eke that fuel out as late as he can. Pat has gone in. Pat's gone in. It's a 2-stop for Pat. Skyjacker, he looks like he's going to try and make a 1-stop work. We will see. Rivixter, can he get back ahead of Pat? It looks like it's good. Pat's only just got to his blocks, and Rivixter also heading in for a 2-stop. Yeah, his fuel needed it. So can Jokers get himself ahead of these two? He's quite a way behind. I think Pat will get going again before Jokers reaches the start straight. We're watching now as Jokers comes around. He's got Cymex just behind, and Pat is out onto the track in 4th place, and the 3 ahead of him have not pitted. He's put the softs on, 3/4 of a tank of fuel as we're coming up to the 16.5-minute mark in this race. And Jim, he's still good with fuel. Tyres looking quite pleasant in his Ferrari. A 42.6 last time around for him, with Bunny doing a 44.2. Bunny losing nearly 1.5 seconds a lap from Jim, trying to eke that McLaren out. And Skyjacker, his fuel is now flashing. There's no way he's going to get to the 20-minute mark in this race in that Toyota, but he's taking her as late as he can. But he will be pitting pretty much at the, well, he's just coming around now. We will see. Jim goes past the pits. Still no sign of a pit stop from Pit. Jim, there he goes. Shoots past him. Bunny also, we believe, he's going for the 1-stop. He goes past the pits, and there goes Skyjacker into the pit lane. So Pat should regain that position back from Skyjacker. Has Jokers done enough? He's done a 41.9 his last time around on those super soft tyres. Can he jump Skyjacker? Pat's just coming round. Well, it's not even the final corner, but it's the final. Oh, he's hanging that Mustang right out. There is Skyjacker. He's fueling up right now. And Pat is just coming round the dog's leg. Skyjacker still fueling. Here comes Pat onto the start straight. Skyjacker, it says that he's there. He's not stationary. So Pat moving up into 3rd place. Skyjacker's put the soft tyres on, and he's back out onto the track ahead of Jokers. So Jim leading. His fuel has started flashing, and it's only 18 minutes into this race. Bunny, I think Bunny might be the only one who's going to try and attempt the 1-stop today. I think Jim's going to have to stop a little bit earlier than the halfway mark. Bunny in 2nd place. Pat in 3rd. Skyjacker down into 4th. So this is doing Bunny the world of good for his championship cause, with Pat being in the way, and Pat scoring good, and he's chasing down Jokers in the table. Like I said, there's only 4 points between them two. Flashman has come into the pits. So Flashman heading in his Porsche. And there goes Jim. Jim has come into the pits. Bunny, he's continuing on. 19 minutes into this race. Oh, this is all going to be very close stuff. There's Pat coming around. Up to nearly the final corner. Jim, he's got his tyres changed. He's fueling up now. Do you think he might try and fuel conserve a little extra? Because he's not going to be out onto the track until nearly 10 minutes, or just before 10 minutes. So maybe the Ferrari can still one stop. And Pat is saying he's in second, but there goes the Ferrari. Ferrari back on the track, ahead of the Mustang. Not far ahead of the Mustang though. So this is going to be juicy. Pat on the soft tyres. They're still quite fresh. Half a tank of fuel for Pat. Jim's out there on a full tank of fuel. He is going to try and one stop it, you know. And Bunny out there, his fuel's now flashing, but we've just hit the 20-minute mark. So he's got halfway on those racing softs, and that's a fuel tank. And Jim's under immense pressure now from the Mustang, but he's just keeping that Ferrari on the inside of the corners and making Pat go the long way around. But that Mustang's very racy at this point in the race, and the Ferrari, he's looking fragile, and there he goes. Pat has moved up into second spot. He's fought his way up, and there he goes into second place with Jim down into third. And where is Bunny going to come out when he pits? Bunny's there into the pits now. So Pat ahead of Jim. Jim on his out lap. He's waiting for his tyres to come up. Pat's out wide, skimming the wall. So Jim's going to be able to close up to him. Bunny's there. He's just hit his marks. And these guys are coming around pretty much the final corner apart from the dog leg. Jim trying to come back at the Mustang. Skyjacker there in the distance, trying to pull those guys in. Pat still in second place. Bunny's still in the pits. He hasn't moved yet. So Pat is now leading the race. Pat takes the lead of the race. Jim's trying to get up alongside him. Can he do it? Pat's there. He's under braking. They're side by side going through the first corner. Pat's still leading. Jim is in second. Skyjacker's moved up into third. Bunny's one-stop strategy is put him out in fourth, just behind Skyjacker. Joker's there in fifth place ahead of Cymex. Cymex has got the fastest lap of the race with a 41.431, and he's not that far behind Joker's at this point. Rivixter in 7th and Flashman in 8th. So Pat leading round 8 feature race at Sardinia Road Track A, doing an absolute masterful job in his Ford Mustang. Jim, let's get on board with Jim, see how it looks from his point of view. Get rid of that stuff so you can see his dashboard. And there you go. 22.5 minutes into this 40-minute race. We've got the Ford Mustang in the lead, but we think the Ford Mustang's got to stop again. Jim, we're not sure. Maybe Jim's quite happy to sit behind that Mustang, sit in the tow, do a little bit of light lifting, do a bit of fuel conserving, and try and stay out there for that one stop. But he did pit before the 20-minute mark. So can he make that Ferrari last the whole race, or the rest of this race? He's got Skyjacker a little bit behind, and Bunny there on his one stop. Quite happy to probably to sit behind Skyjacker, assuming Skyjacker is going to make another pit before the end of this race. Pat still not being able to pull away from Jim. Pat doing a 1:43.031 his last time around. Jim managing a 43.5, nearly half a second slower than Pat on that lap. Skyjacker a 43.2, with Bunny managing a 44.1. Well, that was his out lap, so we can't watch that. Jokus, he's only just ahead of Cymex. Cymex, he's on an absolute push at the moment, a 41.4, a 41.5 and a 41.9 his last 3 laps. He's on a 2-stop, so he's got to shake it. Jokus, he's low on fuel as well, so he'll be wanting to come in soon. Just skirting the barrier there, Jokus. Fantastic stuff. So Pat leading. Oh no, Pat's made a really big mistake. He's braked late into the corner and Jim has retaken the lead of the race. Oh, Pat. And there's Skyjacker ready to leap with Bunny just in the distance. My God, 24 minutes into this race and the top 4 all on the same screen. And Jim leading the way from Pat. Oh, Pat, you've had a perfect, near on perfect race so far. Just that one small mistake. And there you see Skyjacker and Bunny just queuing up to overtake the Mustang. Pat's got to go defensive now. He's got to stay on them apexes. He's hoping the grunt of that Mustang's going to help him up down the straight there. And he's getting swamped by the McLaren. McLaren, meanwhile, has got ahead of Skyjacker in amongst all that. Now they've cut away to try and get a move on the Mustang. Mustang staying on the inside. Bunny having a look now. Oh no, he's tucked him back again. Jokers has come in for his second pit stop. Jim is leading the way whilst we have Pat, Skyjacker and Bunny all absolutely vying for position. Sat on board with Skyjacker in his Toyota, and my word, you can see they're all scrambling there from second, third, fourth. Cymex now up into fifth with Jokers' pit stop. Rivingster up into sixth. Jokers sitting in seventh in the pits, and I think he'll get out. Here he goes. He's got out the pits in seventh, and oh my word, Skyjacker's making a move on Bunny, but there's a bloody Ford Mustang in the way. What's that car they're catching up? Jim, what's happened to Jim? Jim's got damage. Jim's got damage. He's already got the damage, sorry. Oh, just late into the corner, a little nudge on that front quarter, and he's giving him damage, and he's slowed him right down. Now Pat is on the way with the train of cars behind him, Bunny and Skyjacker. And this is crazy. Bunny's having a look at the Focus, and Skyjacker now moving ahead of Bunny as they're fighting Pat for that second spot, and it looks like Skyjacker's moving up the inside, but now it's all clumped up. There's Jim. Skyjacker now moving up into second, Bunny in third, and Pat down into fourth. It looked like Pat was trying to avoid Jim, but he had Skyjacker so close behind him there was nothing he could do. He's defending Skyjacker, and there's Jim just turns into the corner in front of him, and oh, poor Pat loses out the most there. Jokers in the chat saying hello everyone. Hi Jokers. And there is Jim leading the way from Skyjacker. He hasn't got that damage now, but look how tight this is. 26 minutes into this race. You've got first, second, third there and fourth. It's amazing stuff. Jim in the Ferrari soaking up all the pressure from the Toyota, and the Toyota having to soak up the pressure from the McLaren. A little bit of a gap from Pat, and Cymex is there. Cymex is in the distance. Those very quick lap times that he's been putting down has helped him out, and Pat has gone into the pits. Pat's gone into the pits. Skyjacker's taken the lead. Sorry. Keep watching the same bits of racing, didn't we? Pat saying those last two laps at that corner didn't go too well, he says. No. So here we go, Jim leading the way, and it looks like Skyjacker must have done it through the toe, got up alongside the Ferrari, and Skyjacker is now leading this race. Jim though in second, Bunny in third place, Bunny on the one stop, Cymex there in fourth. He's moved ahead of Pat, who's gone in for his second stop. Rivingster also going in for his second stop. Jokers, he's too far behind I think to get himself ahead of Pat at this point. And Skyjacker leads from Jim. Oh, I think Skyjacker nearly lost it then. But Skyjacker leads from Jim, and Bunny's making a move. Bunny is trying to make a move on the Ferrari. And at the moment, Jim's just a sitting duck out there. Maybe he's trying to make that fuel last. Eking that car out a little bit earlier. We saw he did pit before the 10-minute mark, did Jim. So he might be worrying his fuel's not going to get him to the end of this race. Bunny's trying to make a move there. Another one, that's one stop in. It's going to be tight on fuel for the McLaren. Skyjacker, I'm unsure. I think he might have to do a splash and dash before the end of this race, but at the moment he's leading the way from Jim, who's ahead of Bunny. Cymex in 4th place with an incredible pace in that Dodge Viper at the moment. Pat back on the track, doing his outlap. He's got to catch these boys up ahead of him. Jokus in 6th place, with Rivixter in 7th and Flashman in 8th. So Skyjacker, Jim and Bunny all there. It's hard to call who's going to win this one. Bunny's there up into 2nd. Jim's still got the inside line though. Jim's there, making it really hard for Bunny, but now Bunny's got the inside line there. Ahead there. What's all this there business? So Bunny there, up in, there. Bunny up into 2nd spot. Jim in 3rd. No, Jim's now in 2nd spot. Bunny's in 3rd. What a cracking race. Bunny now up into 2nd place, Jim down into 3rd. Skyjacker leading. He's coming across a back marker of Flashman. And Bunny is ahead of Jim at this point. Is the back marker going to affect the race? Skyjacker looking to make a move on the Porsche. Porsche is going a little too fast though. I think Skyjacker will be happy to get the toe off of the Porsche. Save a little bit more fuel, but he's going into the corner and he's made it. Beautiful stuff. Bunny also has got the inside of the Porsche, and Jim is trying to get past also, there you go, in 3rd. 4th place for Cymex. Cymex on an absolutely blistering pace at the moment, trying to catch them top 3 up. Pat in 5th. Still waiting for the race to come back to him when people pit stop. Joker's down in 6th, Rivixter in 7th, and Flashman there, who's got, wow, look, Cymex has really made it up. Cymex is on the tail of Jim virtually. Skyjacker and Bunny have pulled away and find it out. Skyjacker's going in. Bunny wanted to get more of a tow, so Skyjacker did need to pit. Bunny's moved into the lead. Jim's moved up into 2nd spot. Jim might just make that Ferrari last till the end. Skyjacker's in the pits. Cymex has had to come into the pits. So Pat, can he move back up ahead of these guys into his podium position that he had before? Joker's saying my spins has ruined my race. I was 0.076 from pole and 0.2 from fastest race lap. Yeah, no, Jokers, I think you could have won that sprint race absolutely easily. You were there, weren't you? You were there and you had the pace on everyone. I'm gutted for you, dudes. And there you go, Pat moving up into 4th place. He doesn't quite get the position from Skyjacker. Skyjacker jumping Pat in the pit stops. Quite a way as well. Wow. Fantastic stuff. And now the question is Bunny or Jim going to pit? I don't think so. Skyjacker has pitted. He's got to try and catch up these two ahead of him now, as they conserve fuel, conserve their tyres. They can't run at top pace. But Skyjacker, he's slapped a load of fuel in there and he can really open up that Toyota and chase those guys down. Jim again is 5th in the championship, 252 points. So this is great points for Jim if he can land that 2nd spot. Bunny 3rd in the championship on 270 points. Skyjacker 1st in the championship on 286 points. So this is going to close that championship right up, and it's going to make it very interesting. Bunny did a 44.2 his last time around. Jim doing a 45.9. Skyjacker is pitted, didn't he? Pat just ahead of Cymex. Cymex, he's got the fastest lap of this race. We know he can go extremely fast. He's put the racing softs on though. Pat's on the super softs. Skyjacker on the super softs. Jim is on the soft tyres, and Bunny is on the super softs. So can Bunny make those super softs last this whole stint, or will he lose the tyres? He's doing an absolutely cracking job right now. Jim coming across Flashman again. Skyjacker in third, trying to catch those guys up. Pat still ahead of Cymex. Jokus there in 6th place. Jaguar had the pace today, but it's still unstable in them corners. Rivixter in 7th. Flashman, oh, Flashman dropping the Porsche. Poor Flashman. So then, 33 minutes into this race. We've got 6.5 minutes left of racing. Bunny leading quite comfortably from Jim on a one-stop strategy. And he's got plenty of fuel, I would say. Jim also did a great job in the middle there. He had to pit a little earlier than halfway, and he's done a good job to make that fuel last. And he's still got the McLaren inside. He's on the hardier tyres, so if the McLaren's super soft start going off underneath Bunny, Jim is going to be there to collect. Skyjacker a little bit further back from these guys, but you see Pat off in the pit stops, and here we go. Cymex making a move on the Mustang. Excuse me. And Pat having to defend for all he can in the closing sections of this race. And Cymex looks like he's got that inside line. Cymex there, has he done it? Has he done enough? No. Pat stays in 4th with Cymex in 5th place. And Cymex getting the fastest lap so far in this race. He's all over the back of the Ford Mustang, and he's on a push. He wants the points as well. Cymex 4th in the championship, 261 points. And he's trying to catch up Bunny, who's only 9 points behind. Bunny leading this race at the moment as Cymex tries to make a move of the outside of the Mustang. Is he going to flip it on the inside? No. Mustang's got that one comfortably ahead of Cymex at the moment. Bunny still leading. Fuel's starting to come down, but it seems like he's got plenty of fuel in there to go with the last 5 minutes of racing here. Jim in a 2nd spot. Oh, Jim, it felt like the wind was on. I don't even know what happened. I think he just had to conserve fuel a little bit too much, I believe. Skyjacker, he's getting purples. There he goes. He's got the fastest lap of 40.992. And he's not... Yeah, he's miles behind Jim. Pat in 4th, quite far back from Skyjacker, but he's got his hands full with Cymex. Cymex on those racing soft tyres. Oh, Cymex has got it all wrong in one of the corners. How far away is Jokus? He's not far away at all. So Jokus here in 6th place. Looks like he's coming towards Cymex. The two that started on the front row of that sprint race oh so long ago have come across each other on track in 6th and 5th place. Can Cymex just cling on to that position for the rest of this race? We've got 3.5 minutes left of racing. Just a couple of laps to go. We will see the conclusion of round 8 of the GTMC Season 4 Lobby 2. Bunny then, he's got it all under control. He's just bringing that home. Fuel saving along the way. The tyres don't look like they're going off too fast for him. So all good stuff in that McLaren at the moment. Crosses the line. Is Bunny going to make this? What would that be? 5 wins for Bunny? It would be. So Bunny looking to try and get his 5th win in the GTMC Season 4. Jim would like to be the fly in his ointment, but Jim, I think he's having to look after his fuel a little bit too much this second part of the race. Skyjacker on that 2-stop strategy. There's a little bit of distance between him and the guys ahead. He's got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to try and catch him up. He's doing a pace of a 41.2 last time around. Jim doing 44.8. So you never know. Bunny doing a 45.0. These guys are running a really slow pace up front to conserve fuel, look after their tyres. Skyjacker going hell for leather. Pat in 4th place. He's lost sight of Skyjacker somewhere in them pit stops. Cymex really struggling with those barriers, and it seems a bit of lag with Jokus in 6th place, catching up Cymex. 7th for Rivixter, and 8th there for Flashman. Flashman needing the pits soon. With only 1.5 minutes left of racing. Can he make that Porsche get to the finish line? So Bunny crosses the line, could be his last lap. He did a 42.7. He's starting to pull them lap times out now. 43.6 for Jim, but Jim's fuel's flashing. He'll be so pleased. This is going to be their last lap. Skyjacker there, his fuel also flashing in 3rd place, but he's miles ahead of Pat. Pat in 4th. Not that far ahead of Cymex in the end, the 2 stopper guys. Jokus in 6th, still on the tail of Cymex. Rivixter in 7th spot, and Flashman in 8th. Cracking. So 30 seconds left of racing here, and it looks like the top 3 have got it all sorted out, all tied up in a nice little bow. Bunny taking his 2nd win of this round and getting the full points. Well, he didn't get the fastest lap. He got that in the end. Skyjacker looks like he's going to get the fastest lap. If there is points for the fastest lap, I believe there is points for pole and points for fastest lap. But you'll have to check out the rules in our Discord server. To get to our Discord server, you need to go to www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and there's a massive button there you can smash saying join our community. Jim in 2nd place. He's eking that fuel out. Oh my word, I think, oh yeah, the checker flag's out, and there goes Bunny to take the win. Congratulations, Bunny, fantastic, great strategy. Jim, it could have been, but I think you had to fuel save a little bit too much in that Ferrari. Skyjacker, oh no, Skyjacker, what has he done? What has he done? There's a championship at stake here. Oh, he nudged the barrier. Oh no, but you know what this means? It looks like Pat's going to get his podium, his first podium in this championship. There goes Pat up the start straight now in 3rd spot to grab a podium. Pat, take a boo, my son. Skyjacker in 4th, poor Skyjacker. Cymex finishing in 5th. Jokus not far behind Cymex in the end in 6th. Rivixter bringing her around onto the final straight. Oh my lord, what drama at the end of the race. Crazy stuff. How's Skyjacker going to win this championship? When he loses positions like that, a great podium position he had under his belt. And there you go, Rivixter crossing in 7th spot. Wowzers. But it's all about that man there, Bunny. VRC Bunny 53 gets in the double win today here at Sardinia in his McLaren, and doing his World Championship no ends of good. Absolutely, that's going to really put him up there. I think the table is going to look very juicy. In 2nd spot, what could have been a win. I think he had to just fuel save a little bit too much to get the win, but a 2nd spot has got to make you happy. It's not. He's also had a 2nd in the sprint race of round 3, has Jim, so not his first 2nd place in this championship, but there you go. And that's going to be some good points for Jim, sitting 5th in the championship. He got 4th in the sprint race. Second, he got 4th, didn't he? Yeah, 4th in the sprint race, 2nd in this race. He's sitting 5th in the championship with 252 points. He's chasing down 4th place Cymex, who's on 261 points, so just 9 points ahead. And Cymex has finished 3 places back. So yeah, this championship's just going to be so juicy. The table is going to look great. There you go, Pat in a fine podium position in that Ford Mustang. And there you go, he's gone that one step further. 2 more rounds, Pat, for the win. Skyjacker in 4th. Oh, it was almost definite a podium there, but he just missed out in them last few corners by hitting the barrier and spinning around. Cymex in 5th place. That's not Cymex, that's a Porsche, isn't it? There you go. Cymex in 5th place. He's going to lose some. He got a good 2nd in the sprint, but 5th place, he's going to lose some points to Pat. No, Jim, who's chasing him down. And Cymex is chasing down Bunny. He's 9 points behind Bunny, but Bunny getting the double win today. He is really, really throwing his hat in this championship. 6th for Jokers. Jokers could have had a win today. That Jaguar was fast. He's got himself a pair of 6s, though, to end this round. 7th there for Rivixter. Going one better than his race before. 8th and now 7th in this race. And 8th goes to Flashman. So that was the GTMC Round 8, Season 4 for the Lobby 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it entertained you. I've got nothing else to say. Oh yeah, join us Friday evening, this Friday, tonight really, but it depends when you watch these replays. But join us Friday night for the Fuji 2.5 hour qualifying session. That's going to be cracking, seeing who can get where on the grid for the following week's 2.5 hour race on a Friday night. So the next 2 Friday nights is all going to be about the Fuji. Then on Saturday we've got the Group 4 World Series, driving the Italian cars on the Italian circuit of Lago Maggiore West. Sunday, Sunday, we're up to Sunday now. Oh no, Thursday tonight. I'm thinking today's Friday. It's not, it's Thursday. Sorry, let me start again. So Thursday we've got the VGT League. I think that's what it's called. The Vision League. It's using the Golf VGTs. Sorry, I was reading a message on my phone. I lost my workmate's all his clamps. He couldn't find them when he got into work this morning, sending me messages saying, do you know where my clamps are? So yes, sorry, Thursday night we're going to have the VGT, I think it's called the VGT League, VGT Series. There you go. Does that stand for anything? Vision Gonad Turmoil? Oh, just the Vision GT Series. Yeah, the Vision GT Series starts on Thursday night. Round 1 at Lago Maggiore West. A 12-lap sprint and a 29-lap feature. That's going to be interesting stuff, something to look forward to. And then Friday, the day after that, we've got the Fuji qualifying. Saturday we've got the Group 4 World Series, and then Sunday evening we have the Sunday Cup, and that's taking place in the Clio V6s at Sardinia Sea, I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I've waffled. It's enough from me. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Mr. P. Ness. Thank you for watching. Catch me soon. Bye. Cheerio. Take care of each other, dudes. Stay